Wilmington, North Carolina, a port city old enough to remember the colonial era and every American war since. But some of the most interesting history here isn't in the city, it's out in the marshes. The Cape Fear Peninsula stretches south from the city, flanked by the river on the west and a chain of sounds and marshes to the east. This map was made during the Civil War. Look closely and you'll find a label most people pass right over: Old Salt Road. And on a Confederate engineer survey of the Cape Fear River, Old Salt Landing of 1812. That label is a ghost. It's pointing at something that was already old when this map was drawn. To help find the road, there are two reference points, Silver Lake and Mott's Creek. This modern aerial view shows Silver Lake and Mott Creek, but most of the road has been swallowed by suburban development. Historic aerial imagery allows us to look decades into the past, where the path becomes clearer. We can see a line pressed into the landscape that time hadn't fully erased. We don't need to guess what this road was for. During the War of 1812, the British naval blockade cut off salt supplies along the American coast. Salt wasn't a seasoning, it was survival. Without it, meat couldn't be preserved. The coastal salt works of the Cape Fear Peninsula became critical to the region's survival. Workers boiled seawater in massive iron kettles, day and night. The salt they produced had to move, and move quickly. Wagons loaded with salt traveled the Old Salt Road across the peninsula to the landing on the Cape Fear River, where the cargo was loaded onto boats and shipped upriver to inland communities that had no other supply. A small part of the road still exists. You can walk out to the landing, now covered with cordgrass, and stand where boats were once tied off, loaded, and shoved off into the current. For archaeologists and historians, sites like this one remain largely unexplored, the kind of place where the ground likely still holds its secrets. And thanks to historic aerial imagery, we can still find them. These images don't just help us locate roads like this one. They preserve the memory of them.